Hey, everybody, we have special guests with us today. We have field organizer for Our Revolution Los Angeles. He has volunteered with Justice Democrats candidates, worked as a deputy field director for Allison Hartson's U.S. Senate campaign, and he's here with us today. Please welcome Jerry Perez. Hi, Jerry. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, Jimmy. Thank you for having me today.
Is it Perez or Perez?
It's Perez.
Got it. Okay, Perez. Thank you for being with us. Now, you are a leader at Our Revolution Los Angeles, which is the organization as an offshoot from the Bernie Sanders 2016 campaign. And there are Our Revolution's chapters all around the country. You're a leader at the one in Los Angeles, and you recently had a meeting where you discussed some topics and had a vote. And can you tell us what that was about?
Yeah. So we recently had released a survey to our members stating we wanted to know if they had trust or confidence in the Democratic Party to effectively represent them at the local, the state, and the national level. And the results we got back, 72% of our members do not feel confident that the Democratic Party can effectively represent them moving forward.
72%?
That 72%.
Was wow. And so now everybody decided that the Democratic Party is not a viable option anymore for progressives. That's kind of what they decided?
They decided that the Democratic Party is unsavable at this point. We've tried working with them. We tried steering them in the right direction. We put all these hours into the Bernie Sanders campaign, going out into the community, phone banking, knocking on doors, letting everybody know about the Democratic Party, and these are the ideals we want to bring to it. And moving forward with Joe Biden as presumptive nominee, we feel that we're being forced out, that they don't want us. They don't care about us at all.
So go ahead.
So in response, we are now going to begin the talks and working with a movement for a People's Party to create a new party.
Wow. So that's a big deal. So have you talked with any Bernie or anybody in his campaign or anybody who's the heads of Our Revolution? And have you expressed your concerns to them?
So I've reached out to Mike Oles, who's our director, and I haven't heard anything back as of yet. I have not brought this issue up to them. We've yet to hear back about a student call that we're supposed to be coordinating. I am doing what is our organizers and our supporters want to happen. They want us to move forward and start creating representation for LA County, real representation.
So Mike, the person, your director, what's his name, Mike?
Mike Oles.
And so is he the Our Revolution LA County director, or how does that work?
No, he's national.
Oh, he's the national director.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
National.
And so you expressed these concerns to him, and what was his response?
We haven't got a response.
Oh, okay. Well, are you surprised by that? Because
no, I'm not.
Why are you not surprised? I am. Why are you not surprised?
Well, our relationship working with national has been checkered already. They don't really communicate with us very well. We've mostly been on our own, providing our own funding, fundraising for ourselves. Mostly here on the West Coast, we're pretty much on our own. So that's how we've been moving forward. Well, since we got started with this.
Really? So now are you the official leader of the Our Revolution Los Angeles, or is there an official leader, or how does that work?
So let me start from the beginning. I'm Jerry Perez. I am the field director of Our Revolution Los Angeles. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I'm a sergeant of Marines. I served from 2005 to 2011. I was in OEF. I worked as a truck driver when I got out. I got involved with politics in 2016 when my brother introduced me to the Bernie Sanders campaign. What really sealed the deal for me getting involved was when I went to go vote in the Democratic primary and my voter status was purged. And I was given a provisional ballot. So I was a Democrat for 8 years. And all of a sudden I am now not a Democrat. So I took that very personally. So I've made it my mission ever since to correct this problem and ensure that we have our democracy again. Now, I've been going with Bernie Sanders' lead, trying to work with the Democratic Party, but as of lately, it's quite obvious that they don't represent us anymore. So after I got out and I started getting involved, I learned a group called Justice Democrats. I started organizing with them. I started traveling across 4 counties, teaching what I learned in the Marine Corps, teaching organizers and volunteers how to communicate with each other, how to be self-sustaining, make their own materials, knock on doors, communicate with people, and effectively get the job done. During the summer of 2017, I met Allison Hartson. I told her what I was up to, and she offered me a position as a field director. We hired on more staff later, and I became a deputy field director. And we worked hard. Unfortunately, we didn't get her past Dianne Feinstein, but we garnered over 100,000 votes across California. So after that, we still wanted to get involved. So after Allison went to be the leader of the TYT Army, we got in touch with Our Revolution National. Back then, they were more fully staffed before everybody joined the Bernie Sanders campaign in 2020. We operate under their Memorandum of Understanding, and we created Our Revolution Los Angeles. So we are a hub, and what our goal is to create organizers all across 88 cities here in LA County.
No.
So yeah, I'm sorry.
So now you're hooking up with a movement for a People's Party, which was also started by Nick Brana, who's been on this show many times, and he was also a part of Our Revolution when it originally formed, and he was one of the members of Our Revolution who had to put his foot down to make sure that Jeff Weaver didn't let them take billionaire money, and there was a walkout. We covered it in another video, and so Movement for a People's Party is now, they tweeted out to Nina Turner, Nina, we welcome you with open arms. She said, I feel welcomed for a People's Party. So that seems pretty encouraging, right? I mean, that's one of Bernie Sanders' staunchest supporters. She was wasn't she the leader of Our Revolution?
I believe she was a co-chair.
Yeah.
But also the leader. Nina Turner is a true progressive champion.
Right.
I've never had the pleasure of meeting her, but just listening to her speak for a couple of moments, that's someone I am going to follow.
Yeah,
so we're all very enthused hearing that news, and we're looking forward to creating this party together.
Wow, so that would be a big deal if she did that, if she jumped ship and decided to finally give up on that fool's errand of reforming the Democratic Party. That would be a big deal if she did that. Yeah, I know. I've seen her speak too. I interviewed her. She's really powerful. She's really moving. She's exactly what the kind of leader people need. Roseanne DeMoro, another great leader, union leader. She says, fundamentally, we need a progressive third party. I'm willing to spend the rest of my life working for that. And yes, November is a massive problem. I just don't ever want to be here again with bad choices in my lifetime. We should prepare for a third party for the midterms. And so that's what it seems like everybody's getting to, you're talking about. And here's Bernie tweeted this out. He said, when people stand up and say, I am a human being, this is what I deserve, that is the beginning of a political revolution. And I hear what you're saying is we deserve a party that represents us, right?
Yes. We're Americans.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel that your representative is not representing you at whatever level of government, you need to remove them and put someone there that does. And right now, our representatives, they only represent the money. If you have the money, they'll represent you. If not, deal with it.
Roseanne,
so now we have to create that alternative.
Yes, I'm with you, Jerry. So here is Roseanne actually responded to Bernie's tweet, and she said, and that is why we need a third party, Bernie. Been there, done that for 5 years with you. But we learned with the DNC, beginning with Iowa, is that they wanted a Republican light like Goofy Pete. There is no place in the DNC for populism. That is why it is time to go. So people are telling Bernie, we're done with the Democratic Party, and if you prop up the Democratic Party, we're done with you. So, it's are you surprised that Bernie's quick exit from the race and his almost it seemed like he couldn't wait to enthusiastically endorse Joe Biden, which is the problem? And were you also chagrined at his lack of willingness to call out Joe Biden?
So on behalf of my organization and myself, we felt betrayed. That day when he announced, I remember waking up to over 200 text messages, and my phone hadn't stopped ringing the entire day. And I had to deal with all of our supporters, our organizers calling me either crying, freaking out, or just angry. I had to talk down a couple of supporters from doing something stupid. The pain was real. And I have to tell you, like, I'm not surprised. I always expect the worst. That's the thought process of the Marine. But I expected more of Bernie Sanders. But that's all right. We're moving forward with this now. When the majority of the people go in a certain direction, the leaders will follow. So now we need to come together and create a new party, and Bernie will join us. Because when the people lead, the leaders will follow.
Now, did you experience, I've heard from many grassroots organizers that worked for Bernie in 2016 and then tried to in 2020, and they felt that the campaign became corporatized and it turned a deaf ear to the grassroots organizers in place of the usual corporate hacks. And did you experience that? It seems like you experienced that on the national level with Our Revolution, that they're not listening to you or even communicating with you. Did you experience that same kind of thing with the Bernie campaign? Right now, they're being accused of letting Joe Biden replace progressives as delegates with corporatists as delegates. Have you experienced any of that?
Yes. So my interactions trying to communicate with the Bernie campaign, they weren't having any of it. They only wanted to talk to volunteers. They weren't interested in actually building any movements at the ground level.
Wow. Wow.
As far as the staffing, I've had friends and I know colleagues that have got involved with the campaign, and they were actually let go. So
wow.
Overall, I would say that the Bernie campaign was infiltrated, and you had a lot of career opportunists within the infrastructure. So now that the campaign is gone, lo and behold, they're all vanished like a fart in the wind, all gone.
Yep.
So now I'm left to clean up their mess.
And so this was actually predicted by Chris Hedges that this would happen. After the first campaign in 2016, he had insights into Bernie's mentality. He knew Bernie. And he predicted that this campaign would be a shadow of the 2016 one, and it would be much more corporatist. And boy, oh boy, did that prove to be 100% true. And here we have people like you saying exactly that. And I've had people on our show saying exactly that. My phone texts lit up also saying exactly the same thing. So, well, it's great that, Jerry, I really appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate your service as far as, bringing people's awareness to the fact that the Democratic Party is a graveyard for progressives. Just like Kshama Sawant said, it is the road for progressives into the Democratic Party leads to a graveyard. And it seems like people are this second Bernie campaign has really woken people up to that, right?
Yes. And I want to say we invite every Our Revolution chapter across the country to poll your volunteers, release a survey, ask them, do they want to move forward with this? Join us in forming a people's party. And what I tell my fellow organizers and volunteers, if you want this, demand that your leadership join this fight. Know you're going to see your leadership show their true colors after you tell them this. You're going to find out who is really a progressive, who is selfless and for the cause, and you're going to find out who's in it for political gain. This is really going to expose the rotten from the actual genuine progressives. So we're going to be hosting an informational call with Movement for a People's Party this Thursday to share how we can build this party. You can sign up for the call at peoplesparty.org. And also, you can check out our page at rrevolutionla.com to sign up for that. Organize with us locally, anywhere in LA County. We will organize a network of progressives in the area, and you can sign up on our website, rrevolutionla.com. We invite all other progressive organizations to join us on this call as well. You need to be on this call. This is our time. I would say to all the millennials, all the Gen Z, it's up to us now. We have to lead from the front. We need to take charge of this movement, and we have to ensure that we are represented moving forward.
Well,
everyone wants this. There are Democrats in the party right now that are afraid to do this. But us, I've seen you do this. I've been out there with you, knocking on doors, freaking talking to hostile people, letting them know this is what we believe in and this is what we're going to make a reality. The time for panicking, the time for complaining, that time is done. At this point in time, we need to take action. So yes, please join us on those calls. And we will take this back.
So this call on Thursday, anybody can join this call, and just to get information, they go to ourrevolutionla.com?
Yes, go to our website and also go to peoplesparty.org. You'll find the sign up there.
All right, Jerry, we wish you all the luck in the world, and if there's any other help we can give you starting this, we're certainly in contact with Nick, and we're going to help you out and do whatever we can. And thanks again for doing this. Thanks for speaking out so clearly and so forcefully. It means a lot. We need more people like you doing that. So thanks again, and hope to talk to you again soon.
Oh, thank you. And there are a lot more people like me.
Yeah, I know there are. I know there are. That's why it's important. We need, so you come out and you give other people the courage to also come forward. So that's why you're a leader. So thanks very much for doing that.
Hey, thank you, Jimmy.
Okay. All right, that was great, buddy. Hey, this is the part where I tell you where our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then I would tell you to go join our premium, but nobody has a fucking job. So why don't you just enjoy the video?